Very good morning. Okay, so I welcome you all for this fresh batch. See, one of the basic notion of everyone in CA final when they start, they want to get rank, correct? How many of you? At least, sir, I want to get rank. Okay, so almost 50% of you have raised the hands that you want to get rank. Okay, see, getting rank is difficult, you all know, but if you plan your studies, it is possible. I will not say it's easy, it is possible. I will encourage you, okay, even the person who have not raised the hands, I will encourage you, it is possible, but you have to plan your studies in such a way, at least few months before the examination you should complete all your classes. Some people here started their classes even 1.5 years before their examination, okay, which is very good. Some people will mock at you, they will laugh at you, I will tell you. In North India, they will attend accounts class alone for 6 months, SFM class 5 months, DT class 4.5 months, AMA class 4 months. In South India, we will take only last 6 months for attending all the classes, and the class will get over only 2-3 weeks before the examination. Like people who are started attending classes last May month, their classes got over in the month of October, where October 10th or something, where November they have examination. So how it is possible for them to get rank? Because at least 2 times they have to do self-study. At least 2 times. See, getting rank is something difficult that everyone know, but no one has planned for that. Enna plan irukku? What plans you have? No one is giving a right answer for it. Okay. Now, whether class has directly proportion to your pass, I cannot tell like that, because some subjects I didn't go for classes, that subject I got exemption. Some subject I went for classes, that subject I only got pass mark. So class and mark is nothing like direct proportion, etc. But it is not also indirect proportion, because the subject for which I went to class, I got 80 in that. Okay, so it's nothing to do with like class, anything, but only thing is the push. The subject which I didn't go for class, I had confidence on pushing myself. Okay, but for the subject which I went for class, some subject I am telling you, that faculty has never pushed me, but one faculty has pushed me, in which I got 80. So it is like the class is nothing like one way, it should be a two-way. So what is two-way classroom? Two-way means I should also push you, you should also come with your enthusiasm. If this mix is possible, it is possible to get a rank. Second, most of the ranker students' handwriting are so good, because unless and until you get 70 plus in theory subject, you cannot get rank. It's very difficult to get a rank, because some based subject, accounts, SFM, costing, people are getting somewhere approximately 80. Okay, ranker student, fix your mind, at least you should get 65 to 67%. This is the basic mark for ranker. Okay, sometimes it is possible even when a person got 60% he will get rank, but not all times. Nowadays, out of 800 people are getting 735 and all. Okay, state board syllabus many people are getting marks. So North Indians are cracking so much, but South Indians are also doing not that great, because the idea itself is different in both the scenarios. They starting their classes well in advance, and they are finishing it well in advance, then lot of YouTube channels are there for them to do last minute revision. आप कैसे है? Okay, अच्छा है. We know only these 2 lines. When we see in the YouTube, that is the reason I started my YouTube channel. But the problem is, only 1 or 2 faculty in South India with English speaking YouTube channel they are running with maybe 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 subscribers, and if you see the views, it will be 400 to 500 views. When you see compared to North Indians, that last minute revision video, if they launch within 2 days, at least 1,500, 1,600 people will see. Sometimes even 10,000 people will see. So the thing is, post class support services is there. Sir, I attended class 1.5 years back. Amendments, I don't know what to do. That is worrying. That is giving me some worries. So because of that itself, my confidence level is coming down. And the last amendments, you are not having the grip. Sir, RTP questions, I don't have time to revise that. If you complete RTP in say 1 hour time, that will be very useful for us. This and all already some people are doing in north. Now we are not doing it. So you should have post class support service also, because in class obviously I can push you, but post class whether I can push you or not, I will push you. That is what many people worry. Sir, in some people, my seniors told, if you attend class 1.5 years in advance or 1 year in advance, you will not remember anything. Obviously all the seniors would have advised that, because they would have gone to the teachers where it will be like 150, 200 students minimum strength, sometimes 400, 500 also. There is no individual attention. There is no individual attention. Here the ultimate difference is we have individual attention. Each and every student sitting here will have individual attention. You will be given test and it will be corrected and it will be given to you, and I will be giving suggestions to you. It is not only on this auditing subject you can ask me the doubt. Okay, in general scenario also, sir, I am doing my audit in my office, there I am struck in something. Sir, psychologically I am getting affected. Sir, it's not only because of the audit or anything. Psychologically, sometimes we will get depressed. Due to some various reasons, we will get depressed. Because of that, it may affect our studies. So think me as your elder friend or your brother. Okay, maybe or 8 to 10 years elder to you. So think me like that, because I born in 1990. So you can imagine which brother I am, big brother or little brother. So for him I am a younger brother, for you I am an elder brother. Because see, only if you think that way, the distance will come down. Because I don't have that big teacher students relationship. I want that brother sister relationship and brother brother relationship. Then only you can open out. Otherwise it will be like other classes. Only when you open out, then it will be very easy for me as well as for you. Not only the class doubts, but also something else. Because overall guidance should be there to pass. It's not just the class guidance. Finishing this 250 books or 250 pages book is not a big task for me, as well as it is not a big task for you. When you say, sir, I am attending auditing class to your seniors, they will laugh at you, right? Auditing class, it is a self-study subject. And they would have failed in IPC 4 times in auditing. That is different issue. Okay, auditing is a killer, I am telling you, in CA final. It is already a little killer in IPCC, but it is a real killer in CA final. This time, people who got exemption as SFM, they got 33, 34 in auditing, even after giving 30 marks MCQ. Just imagine, after giving 30 marks MCQ, ask your seniors who is going for writing this November exam, who already gave this attempt in May exam. Sir, I already written May exam, and the seniors, you please ask whoever is repeater, no, what is your auditing mark, and ask all the 4 marks in this first group and compare other 3 subjects marks with auditing mark. 70% students who failed in first group is failed in auditing even after giving 30 marks MCQ. You know why? It is not auditing is difficult. it is the psychology that auditing is easy. For accounts, they went for 4 months class. For SFM, they went for 3.5 to 4 months class. For auditing, it's a self-study subject according to them. Okay, at least 150 hours you did self-study, question mark. They hardly did 30 to 40 hours of self-study. According to them, everything they know. But when it comes to exam, the answer if you read, you will at least 2 times vomit it. You will vomit, because not even 15 to 20% is relevant in the answer paper, which is compared to the suggested answer. Many students have sent their answer paper, RTI, put that Xerox copy of the answer paper they are getting, no, they are sending me. I am asking, they at least 50 to 60% it should be matching, no? It is not even matching 20%. And in what courage you are sending me this paper? No, sir. If you read entirety, somewhere the meaning is getting conveyed. It is impossible to read line by line of your paper for every examiner. If you read your own paper, say 26 to 27 pages you are writing on booklet. If you are reading your own paper full, it will take you at least half an hour to read your own handwriting. You just go through each and every line of your own paper, it will take half an hour. Imagine the examiner has to correct your paper, put mark for everything, then he has to subtotal it, page total it, and he has to carry forward in the front page, the horizontal total, vertical total, okay, and he has to do a barcode thing also, that he have to shade it. It will not possible within 20 minutes for an examiner to correct this paper, if it is like this. So, examiner has only 20 minutes time to correct your paper. Each paper, he will spend 20 to 25 minutes maximum. Please understand, if you start writing on your own, each paper will be different. Just imagine. Because if it is a sum-based paper, almost steps is equivalent to everyone, and answer will come. So, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, that's the answer. Whoever write that, that is the answer. But in theory paper, even our own, after first test I will tell you, I will give you paper in exchange. I will correct and give you. Please see your friend's paper. Each and everyone's paper will be different. No two paper you can compare. That is the shock you will be seeing after seeing your own friend's paper. So examiner is getting lot of tension, and the level of deviation from the suggested answer is almost 100%. See, if it is 20%, 30%, he can manage. Totally different we are writing. Okay, so we have to reduce the difference. I have given you 3 sets of book. First is called concept book, the green color book, which is whatever we are going to discuss in class is based on this book only. Then you have 2 question bank. Question bank 1 is this SA, Standards on Auditing, and Professional Ethics, SAPE, because that is almost 50 marks in your syllabus. SA and PE, if you add, it will be 50 marks. But Baki 50 marks, you have 20 plus chapter. 20 chapters is there for 50 marks. And 2 chapters is there for 50 marks. Okay. So, very easy to understand and remember for long is that first 50 marks. Little difficult and very easy to forget, that is the second set of 50 marks. Okay, but the scoring area is in both sides. So people are thinking, sir, standards is easy, that is the scoring area. But if you think like that, you will not get exemption in auditing. Getting exemption is auditing is must, keep it in mind. That is why you are here. You should get exemption in auditing. Okay, sir, how to get exemption in auditing? Keep writing, that is the only thing I can tell you. If you keep reading, you will not get exemption. If you keep writing, you will get exemption. After writing each and every answer, see the question bank. Okay, after reading each and every question, at least you write a short notes. So after reading one question, say one question answer has like half a page in the printed material, at least 4 lines of that it should be in your notebook. So you should maintain 2 notebooks. One is the class notebook, what I am dictating in the class, there should be a notebook. That you should only read. But you should have another notebook to write a short notes of the question bank. Whoever is dedicatedly doing a short note of question bank, take it from me, you will get exemption. But whoever is not doing that, you have hundreds of reasons to not to do that. For example, you have office, you have late hours office, you have another class in the evening, so you have hundreds of reasons not to do a homework notebook. In school, we are now going back to our school. In school, how we are doing? We have 2 notebooks, one is classwork, another one is homework, and we have regular test, and our teacher used to shout at and compare our marks with others. There will be a competition internally and externally, there will be one push, and because of that, our main exam, we didn't have any worries. Our worries will be midterm exam and quarterly exam, half-yearly exam, maybe the first model exam. And after the revision exam started, without even reading, we will go for the revision exam and we will get 200 out of 200 in many subjects. Okay, correct? That's what we are. So our potential is heavy. But the problem is nowadays, straight a main exam. Ask your seniors how many model exam they have written. Okay, if they want to act only as hero and heroine, no side characters. Okay, now the problem is that only we are not writing any test, not even class test, not even model test. So that is the biggest problem. We are trained for 12 years from our first standard to 12th standard. We are trained only if I say test you will read. We are trained like that. Suddenly when I say only write main test, then that will become the monthly test for us. That is the reason there are major failures in CA. See, there is 2 things called postponing and procrastination. Postponing is due to some reasons it happened. Procrastination means psychologically it is happening. We are only pushing. Tomorrow we will see. So intentionally we are doing. Unintentionally it's called postponing. Okay, because of traffic I cannot reach, so postpone meeting. That's different. But procrastination means what? Intentionally, psychologically we are ready to push to next month kind of. There are 2 killers for us. One is inferiority complex. Another one is procrastination attitude. Inferiority complex is what? Comparing ourselves with others and thinking we are inferior to others. This is one attitude. This will kill us. Second is procrastination attitude. That means let us postpone to tomorrow without any reason. You don't have a valid reason for it, but you will postpone to tomorrow. This 2 attitude you should cut it down. Okay. Now we are going to be a small group of people who are going to try for rank. Whoever has raised the hands, whoever has not raised the hands, I don't have any differentiation between you two. Some people will be shy, they will not raise the hands. Okay. Some people will raise the hands. Okay. Some people will be shy. Yo, sir, some people would have noted me. Then on the result day they will call me. Tada, that day you raised rank, today not even passed. So let me wait, sir. I will not talk. I will prove kind of people. So there are many types. I can assume that everyone sitting here is having the same level of potential. If you have any problem, sir, I am getting depressed. You know, next month examination, I am getting calls now. Sir, everything went out of my mind. I am blank now. What to do? Next month examination. Past 2 years I is preparing. Now he is saying everything is went out. Okay, mind is totally blank. I asked 2-3 questions. They can able to answer all the questions. Then I asked, what is blank da? No, sir. You cannot understand my feeling. I am feeling. What is your feeling? Sir, I cannot express that in words. It's a fear factor, sir. I am getting. See, that fear factor will be there every time. Even when I was a student, I have the same feeling. Exacta or 10-15 days before the exam, or frustration and depression will be in the peak, and it will think like now everything went blank. Some people will get this at the moment of exam paper. Everything will go there. ITSM bodhu, everything will go out of their mind. But I will tell you, once you kept the pen in the paper, everything will come back. See, the level of concentration when you have when you are writing the examination, you are not thinking of drinking a water, going for a bathroom, okay, not seeing here and there. For 3 hours, the level of concentration, because you all passed your IPC and coming here, okay, so the level of concentration that you had in the 3 hours, just imagine, it's a tremendous concentration. So it is possible for everyone to get the concentration back once you start writing in the paper. I will tell you, whenever you have depression or frustration, take a paper. Write what gives you the depression or frustration. Write in the paper, you write it. Then just throw the paper, crush it and throw the paper. That's all, enough. Because when you start putting everything into the paper, the level of concentration is huge. That is the reason people used to tell previously that instead of reading for 10 times, you write for 1 time. So I am telling you, please have one homework notebook. And whenever you are reading, for example, I am telling you, today we will complete essay 200. So essay 200, after taking class notes, just go through once, then go to question bank. Read what are the question answers in essay 200. What are the types of question they asked in essay 200? Our question book will be like this. Standard wise, if essay 200 now, what are the questions you should have asked till date in RTP, in mock test paper, in suggested answers, in past examination? What are the questions they have asked till date? Everything will be compiled and it will be there in essay 200 pages. So there will be some 6 to 7 questions in essay 200. So if you read the 6 to 7 questions and combination of it, that means essay 200 is over. There is no more questions from essay 200 that can be asked in examination. So there are 2 things. One is you have to understand the concept of essay 200, what is that, and then what are the permutation and combination of the questions from each and every paragraph they can ask is 1. So we should be ready for both. So answer wise also we should be ready, concept wise also we should be ready. Okay, this combination will work. So no one can tell us or no one can blame us, you are a mug-up person. Okay, you are state board, so you are a mug-up person. See, mugging up means only in the order you can tell. But if you understand, you can tell from anything. See, mugging up is needed after understanding. But mugging up is needed. I am telling you, once you understand something and then you by heart it, it will remain in your mind for a longer period. Without understanding and by heart is only the problem. So when people are saying you are by hearting, you are mugging up, you tell them, please understand there is 2 different things. Without understanding, if I am doing, that's called dabba. Okay, but I am understanding and doing. Can you able to understand? So for example, if I read Tirukkural, if I understand the meaning, Yagavarayanum Nakaka Kavakal Sogapar Sollilukupattu, if I know the meaning of Tirukkural, then I read Tirukkural, then I by heart it, then no one can say me it's mug-up. Because it is to be written like that only. Like that, auditing, you should understand the meaning and you should by heart it and you should write in the same way what the examiner expects. You cannot write your own standards. Standards on auditing Krishnan kadayad. Standards on auditing by ICI. Okay, what ICI expects, the same thing you should give to ICI. Then only you will get mark. So when it comes to theory, you should not write on your own. Please take out from your mind that writing own is possible. No. See, writing own will automatically come. In a sentence, only you can write 2-3 words from the same like examiners. But in a sentence, there will be little deviation also. But the 2-3 legal words what the examiner wants. For example, if the word professional skepticism to be written, if you write something else other than professional skepticism, no mark. You can write they should have questioning mind. Instead of writing professional skepticism, if you write questioning mind is also equivalent to professional skepticism. But professional skepticism is what examiner expects. If you didn't write the word pervasive, instead you written something else, they will not give mark. Some people will get confused versus pervasive versus persuasive. No mark. So we should know each and every word meaning. We should know where to write what. Summa, since I know essay 200, when the question is asked for essay 230, I cannot write essay 200. Some people will write whatever they know. Something will be knowing perfectly. No, they will write everything. So you cannot expect mark for that. So you should know what to write and you should write exactly what the examiner expects. Okay, so with this note we will start today's class, and I wish everyone to pass in first attempt, because you are writing little far away examination. Some people are in May 20, some people are November 20, some people are May 21. Okay, so I wish everyone to pass in their first attempt. The relationship between you and me will not get over after the class. The relationship will continue till you pass the examination. Okay, this I told for my IPC students also. Many IPC students who attended my IPC class are sitting here. I told them the relationship will continue till you pass the examination. The pass means CA final pass. Okay, and even after the passing, the relationship will continue till you get a right job. Okay, so I will be with you in all the phase of life, so don't worry. So if you think no one is there for you, just keep my promise, I am there for you. Okay, I am doing this as a service since I passed, because there is no guidance for me when I am doing CA. It was very difficult for me to come out of that. Even after I passed CA, there is no guidance for me. What to do, how to do, where to do, I don't know. So many people have taken advantage of me. Later only I came to know everyone is doing for their own benefit and not for my benefit. Okay, it was very difficult when people ditch us after some time. But I am coming to help you out in all the walks of life. Whenever there is a problem, you just text me. If I have time, I will call you. Otherwise, I will give you the reply in text itself. Okay, just imagine there is a person for you. That's all. Okay, with this we will start today's class. Take a notebook. Please have a rule notebook. Write in black pen. If you have a blue pen also, you can do it, but in exam you have only black pen. Okay, so maybe main content you write in black and side heading you can write in blue, but it is very difficult for us to do this because till date we are using only blue as a main and black as a side heading. Correct? So our eyes will not accept to write it in black, but yes, what to do, we have to accept it.
Compulsory to write only in black?
Amma sir, it is a compulsory, you should write in black. It has changed in last 1 year back. Because institute is scanning our paper, sir. Okay, so when you are writing in blue pen, the scanning may not be that much perfect. And maybe it may be more MB also. That is the reason. I don't know exactly. That is the reason institute have told us to write in black. Because what may be other reason? Every day you need not bring all the 3 books. Every day you bring only this green color book. Other 2 books can be in your house. Okay, or if you want to read in your office during lunch period, etc., take the first question bank. Okay. It's not necessary, so much time and all, no one have in the office. Okay, but if you have some traveling time, like 1 hour travel, sir, okay, maybe that point of time you can keep the books. But it will be too much when some other person is seeing you when you are reading. Okay, Dave, when is your exam? May 21. Okay, some people will do like that, and some people will keep their eye on you. When they see you reading, they will make sure you are not going to read in the rest of your life. Okay, so see, always be friend with those person who has some love and affection for you. Don't be friend with the person who will be jealous on you, because indirectly that will kill you. If the person, some people will be jealous. Padikiriya, are you reading? Seriously? Okay, those people, please avoid those people. Don't be with them. Come out of them. Some people will not tell to others that they are reading only. Okay, in the school days, we will not do like that. No, we will not tell that we have read. Padikivellada, I will fail. please don't even utter the word that I will fail. Please don't even utter, because your internal consciousness will grab what you are telling. Okay, maybe in school it worked, but in professional studies, if you tell fail, you will fail. Okay, please do not utter the word. Always tell, I have confidence, I will pass in first appearance of my examination. Okay, I don't give you that much of motivation and all like other faculties, because only for the person who have flops in their life need motivation. Okay, you people are going to be successful. You do not need my motivation to that extent. You are already enough motivated. You completed your IPCC. You are now motivated enough to do your CA final. So motivation is much necessary for the person who is already in depressed mood. So a person who is normal mood, no need for motivation. If I motivate you so much, you will have this horns also. Okay, I have seen some people who will have horns because of the motivation. That's the problem. Motivation is needed only for the depressed and frustrated person. Neela normal people, you need only the push. Write test, and the push if I give, it's enough for you. Make sure you are writing the test as if you are writing immediate examination. Okay, some people may be writing in May 21, but imagine you are writing in May 20. I have only 5 months time, have to complete. That kind of push should be there. Can you able to understand? If you have that urge enough, and you should read as if you are going to write this examination. Okay, if I gave some test, you should not be lethargy of the test. If you get low marks, you should feel for it. Okay, you should feel bad that I am getting low marks. Okay, because this mark may reflect in your main examination. This is what you should have. Some people in last batch who are writing the exam in this November, they didn't take the examination test seriously. Okay, some people will not come to the examination itself. Every 5 days once I will give examination, they will not come only. They will tell lot of reasons for it. Today they are feeling bad for it. Today when they are writing their mock test, not even 20-30 marks, they are having the satisfaction of writing it. Because after writing the every examination, there should be some satisfaction. No, appa, super. That satisfaction will not come. They tell like, no, sir, everything is general, sir. I know everything. Nothing is general. People are only thinking that everything is general in auditing. Nothing is general. Everything is straight away from the book only. Since they don't know the right answer, they will write generally. Who will give marks? No one will give marks. Okay, you should be specific in your answering. If there is 6 points, you should write at least 4 points. Maybe 2 points you can write your own. But at least 4 points you should write from the what is examiners needed. Okay, now, sir, what is syllabus for us? Okay, the syllabus is like this. Open your book. See the content. The first page you can see the content. In that content you can see SCA 200 to SCA 720. So this is what in auditing IPC also we had. What to do? Final also you are having the same. Sir, but we told in IPCC that we have SRE, SRS, SAE, that in CA final you will be teaching us, and you told. What to do? This attempt they have reduced the portion. Okay, SRE, SRS, SAE has been taken out of the syllabus. Okay, so it is blessing in disguise. But the problem is, we are not having the knowledge on it. So what I will do in class, I will give you the knowledge. Not from exam point of view. If I spend 1.5 hours time, I can give you that knowledge. So that knowledge may give some difference between you and others. The people who have not attended the class than people who are attending the class. So we need to have that knowledge, because that is the only difference till last attempt between CA final and CA IPCC. But CA final is now equivalent to almost CA IPCC, which is actually bad. I don't know why Institute did that. They have taken out S800 series of standards on auditing. They have taken out review engagement. Every quarter, listed company needs that limited review, no? Most of we are going when we are doing a listed company audit. that is SRE standards. Okay, SRE 2400, 2410. There are 2 standards. It has been taken out from the syllabus. Unnecessarily, I don't know why. Because that is the only difference CA final people had. Some extra knowledge they understood. But I don't know why they have taken out. SRS. See, some financial statement itself is prepared by auditors. Sir, that is wrong. Correct? Management only should prepare the financial statements. See, there are 2 types of auditors. One is the person who is doing the audit. One is the person who is helping the management in preparing the financials. How many people will know Ind AS? Correct? But so many companies, Ind AS is applicable. So for those companies, the management is engaging one chartered accountant to prepare the financial statement itself. KPMG will prepare the financial statement where PwC are the statutory auditors. Okay, people are engaging like that because they don't know how to prepare the Ind AS financial statements. They don't know how to comply with it. For this, when KPMG is appointed for doing Ind AS financial statement preparation, that is SRS. Okay, and sometimes we will be asked us to do some management support services. Okay, sir, we need to maintain on fixed asset register. We don't know how to maintain. Can you please help us in maintaining the fixed asset register? We need to do audit of only the particular area. Can you please implement that standard in that area? For example, now component wise depreciation is possible. Okay, but many management don't know how to do that. When they when they need one auditor for it, they are not statutory auditor. I am telling you, they are not statutory auditor, but they are engaging one person. That is and all covered in SRS. When bank is asking projections, future projections, auditor is not astrologer, but auditor can help the management to do the projections in the way the bank wants. So that covers under SAE. Can you able to understand? There are so many standards which institute has, but which is not there in your syllabus. But when you don't know that what and all standards the institute has, then the problem is in future also you will not study. When you are not studying for CA final, you will not study for the rest of your life. Take it from me. Okay, some people will think, sir, after passing CA final I will read. No one will read. 100% I will write and give. If you study now, not more than that. Okay, so whatever you want to study, study for CA final. Because in rest of your life you will not study only. After passing CA final, so many people wants to do some higher course. But only 1% of 100 will do that. Because you will have enough satisfaction after passing CA. Ayyo podunda Sami. Because it is not that easy to pass this course. It's not that easy. It will give you enough hardship. Okay. Sometimes you will not even see your relatives. And the level it will give you hardships. Some people will hide themselves from the rest of the world. Okay, so CA will give you all kinds of this kind of torture mentally, physically, etc. Some people will become so big. Some people will become so thin in this 2 years, 2.5 years. Entire way, their mindset will get changed. Everything is possible in this. Now, with this note, we will see the chapters. So, SCA 200 to 720 you have. Then you have strategy. In IPCC also, you have this strategy, planning, okay, programming, those things. Risk control, risk assessment and internal controls. Then, special audit techniques, company audit. Company audit you have in IPC also. That company audit. Audit reports. This is something extra you will be reading. But you already read in IPC, sir, Caro I read, etc. Konja extra you have to concentrate here. Liabilities of auditors. This is something new. But it is not fully new. You already know that auditor has to give opinion. Okay, if he has given wrong opinion, what will happen? Then, audit committee and corporate governance. Corporate governance is something new for you. But audit committee, you have already heard of this. Then, consolidation of financial statements audit. Now you are doing consolidation in your auditing practically. because you would have did audit of one company which is having subsidiary or associate where we are doing consolidation. So audit of that consolidated financial statements. Audit of banks, audit of insurance companies, audit of NBFCs, audit under fiscal laws, tax audits, both direct tax as well as indirect tax, GST audit, which you are doing, audit of that. Then peer review, your entire office would have been cleansed when they are doing peer review. Correct? Sir, when peer review comes, full working paper files, that time only we will know how many clients we have. Peer review, quality review. Then audit of PSU, public sector undertakings, professional ethics, investigation and due diligence, something new we will be studying. Internal management and operation audit, it's the extension of internal audit basically. Then automated environment. So these are the chapters you have. CIS, cooperative society, cost audit, Sarbanes-Oxley and all only applicable for old syllabus. So you need not read these chapters. The last 3 chapters which is there in the book, you need not read the chapter. So till automated environment you have in your examination. Now we will start with SA 200. Take right notes. Leave the first page for index. Okay. Leave the second page for portions, like what syllabus you have. So you should write your syllabus in that page. Today, the first homework is what and all chapters you have, you should know. So just now I explained, no. So for that, so you should write SA 200 to 720. Then you should write chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, full. Okay. Now SA 200. Overall objectives of an independent auditor. You can close the books. Now you need not have the book. Just close the books. Write in your notebook. That's all. Overall objectives of an independent auditor. And conduct of an audit. In accordance with standards on auditing. So here we will be studying 2 things. One is objective of audit. Another one is how to conduct an audit. What standards expects. Okay, so overall objectives, how to conduct an audit, what standard expects. This is what we are going to read. See, auditor is expected to have some qualities. Auditor's quality, right? Auditor's quality. How he should be? Good temper. Then sounda, straightforward. Then integrity. Independent. Okay. Confidential. You should keep all the information confidential. Then qualities. Come on. Sounda. You should be competent enough, right? Both theoretically, practically you should have. So you should have both skill as well as the competence. You should have the professional skepticism. What is professional skepticism? Questioning mind. Do not accept things just like that. Ask questions, questioning mind. Then professional judgment. You should have that kind of knowledge. Where to go in deep, where to see samples, how to check materiality, how to fix it. You should have that good human behavior, right? Because he is going to deal with all youngsters, article assistants. You should know how to extract the work from you. Some auditors extract very beautifully. Raja, Kanna. Some people will also extract the work. Cha, I expected something from you. You are not that level. They will always make you feel guilty. Correct? Some people, I don't know how many of you experienced that. Sir, how much ever quality audit I did, they are not satisfied, sir. They want something else from me. This is one type. They will always make you to feel guilty and they will extract the work from you. Another type is, they will encourage you so much. Hey, super ra, samada, super bra. So, because of the encouragement, you will not go home only. Okay. 5 o'clock is still the office time. You will be there till 8 o'clock. Watchman kuda vela poiduvom. Okay. You will be with the night watchman also. See, at least 45 days in your 1 year, you should be with the office. They expect you. Okay, during the month of August, September, or sometimes September, October. But if you are there in all the days, then you are wasting your life. See, only during the pressure time you should work till 7, 8 o'clock. It's maybe 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. But not during all the days. All the days you should start maximum by 5:30. Okay, because there is some other life for you. Articleship is only to support CA final. Some people what they are doing, articleship they are doing main. To support articleship they are doing CA final. After 3 years, they will say tata bye bye. And you will be nowhere. You will be nowhere. All your friends would have been CA, they would have earned 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs per annum. And you will be watching them. Hey, super da, congratulations. Facebook la like them podu. Nothing more. Sometimes you should be selfish. Please understand. But that is not a quality of auditor. I am telling you. Okay. So human behavior. Auditor should have a good human behavior. Clear headedness and no ambiguity. Clear headedness. You should not be the confused brain. Some people will be there, fully confused. They will not take a decision only. They will keep postponing. Auditors, if you ask them, sir, can we sign it? No da, we have to wait. Wait. August, because we would have completed the audit in the month of August. They will make us to keep waiting. Suddenly, October last week, they will call you. Come on, tell me what is it? Sir, after this audit, I have completed 4 audits. I don't know what happened when I was doing audit of this company. Now, totally everything is out of my mind. I don't have any knowledge on it. Then what to do? Then do re-audit. Sir, already in the month of October. See, auditor used the time machine extensively till last year. They will sign in the month of December, putting the September date. Correct? So, time machine, nothing more than that. Okay. Now they cannot do that. UDIN. Okay. Maybe indirectly to have a check only this UDIN created. Correct? Because it's only 14 days. Now only they extended for 30 days. Only for this year. From next year onwards, that extension is also, it's gone already. Because 2nd September, if you are putting the date, at least by October 2nd, you should have generated UDIN. Now we are already in 13th October. Tomorrow is 14th October. So I don't think so. Now everyone is going for the short notice only. So no one is going for normal 21 days notice. So in IPC we study 21 days notice. In that if 95% people approved short notice possible, no, everyone is going to do short notice this time. I am telling you, 90% of private limited companies are going for shorter notice because of auditors' negligence. Because you only encourage them till now to keep writing March month accounts till December month. Every client till last year, they used to write their books, they used to change their books of accounts in the month of October and December of the March month. Some clients, due to ITR filing, they will close their accounts on 30th September. Due to ITR, that to carry forward loss. If there is no carry forward loss, people will take chance also. And we will file it later. Belated return we will file. And how many entries totally in their tally? More 50-60 entries. They will keep 6 months to 7 months time. So, auditor, you should have that skill and competence to complete the audit in time. See, most of the auditor, since they are not getting the fees from the clients, They are not signing the audits. You would have experienced in your audit practical life. Sir, since fees is not paid for the last year, the auditor is not starting the audit for the current year. There is a section called section 145 in Companies Act. Please go and have a look at it. It says auditor has to sign the audit report once he is getting appointed. See, I appointed you for next 5 years. You are going to be the auditor for me for next 5 years. Books of accounts is ready or not, that's different issue. If the books of accounts is not ready, you give a report of disclaimer report, the books of accounts is not ready. But you should give a report. If the auditor is not giving the report, then they are violating the Companies Act. Then they are deviating from the Companies Act. Then they will be punished. Okay, there are a lot of consequences which the auditor doesn't know only. I will tell you one more biggest consequences. Even though you are signing the balance sheet only today, but the date will be maximum date in September date only, correct? Maybe 21st or 22nd of September you would have put the date. Even shorter notice date also, 20th, 21st September you can put the date. Then AGM would have been conducted on 30th September, already over, correct? How many of your auditor attended AGM of all the companies what they are signing? Sir, how it is possible, sir? You are laughing, no? Section 146 in the Companies Act is there that auditor has to mandatorily attend AGM. Auditor has to mandatorily attend AGM. Sir, how it is possible, sir? There are 100 companies in our office and there are only 3-4 partners in our office and all the companies are keeping their AGM in 30th September. How it is possible for them? Don't ask me, ask Companies Act. Ask your auditors. Sir, whether you attended AGM, sir? I attended AGM. How many AGM, sir? 2 companies AGM. Big company, ma. So I attended AGM. Sir, but you signed almost 100 companies. How it is possible? Sir, I am not telling, sir. Companies Act tell. Please tell this to your auditors. They should have read that. At least audit and auditor chapter they should have read, no? Not the entire Companies Act. At least this chapter they should have read. The chapter gives you the way out also. How to come out of this, there is a way. But how many of your auditors have did that? Can you able to understand? So, skill and competence. Skill means I should have the theoretical knowledge. Competence means I should apply it practically. Understood? So, auditor should be unbiased, professional skepticism, unambiguous, clear-headedness. He should not confuse himself. All these things auditor should have. This is the next. So, these are qualities of the auditor. Now, so we know integrity, independence. Integrity means honesty. Okay, so right. Basic principle governing audit. This is the heading. Basic principles governing audit. Point number 1. Integrity. That means straightforward basically. Point number 2. Independence. Point number 3. Confidentiality. Point number 4. Objectivity. Now, objectivity means what? You have to put 300 flow chart. There are 3 objectives for an auditor. First objective is auditor has to give opinion whether the financial statements, which is like balance sheet, P&L, shows true and fairness of the financial portion of the entity. So, first objective is to give opinion on the true and fairness of the financial portion of the entity. Right? A. Objectivity like A. Whether the financial statements shows true and fair financial position of the entity. B. Whether the financial statements shows full disclosure. Whether the financial statements shows full disclosure. And it is prepared in accordance with acceptable financial reporting framework. Acceptable financial reporting framework. Bracket like you put, for example, schedule 3. plus accounting standards. So, how the financial statement should be prepared? Should be prepared in accordance with acceptable financial reporting framework. This word you should write. So, framework means what? Framework means they have given you some formats. Okay, schedule 3 there is a format. On the format kulla you should fit the balance sheet. Whether the financial statements are free from material misstatement arising due to fraud or error. Whether the financial statements are free from material misstatements arising due to fraud and error. Next, skill and competence. Skill and competence. So, auditor should have theoretical knowledge, practical experience, next, using the work performed by others. Using the work performed by others. So, auditors is always depend on the work of various people. Article assistants, joint auditors, branch auditors, experts. So, when he is using the work of others, he should be competent enough. Correct? So, right, auditors is always dependent on work of others like articles, joint auditors, branch auditors, experts. But ultimately, who is responsible to the shareholders? Okay, since he is responsible to the shareholders, he should know how to utilize the work of others. But ultimately, he is responsible to the shareholders. Next, documentation. Documentation. See, it is an evidence that auditor is not grossly negligent when he is performing the audit. See, now the biggest case happening in the court against the auditor is what? Which company? ILFS. And that two big fours is getting caught. Okay. Now, it is not the happy news for other small firms, because today big four getting caught. Tomorrow mid-size firm will get caught. Correct? Because one of our audit is bank audit, correct? So tomorrow if there is a mistake, even our auditors may get caught. Correct? Yeah. So there may be possibility when the quality is getting deteriorated, we will get caught. So now this is a shaking thing for the country. Can you able to understand? So we should not be lethargy in the audit. We should take all skill, care, due diligence, because when you are doing that audit in the month of September, 2 days, 3 days you are completing one audit. Sometimes I am telling you. Suma, you will prepare the balance sheet in the format, sign it and go. Who is putting working paper for it? Where is the appointment letter? Where is the engagement letter? Where is the vouching notes? Where is the verification notes of ledger scrutiny notes? Nothing will be there. Fatafat you will finish and go. So everything is evidence to support your conclusion, audit opinion. These are things are evidence. This evidence has to be documented, and you should maintain this working paper for the next 7 years. Okay, now all these things are documentation. So auditor should have evidence that is not gross negligent. He should prove it in the court of law. Next, planning. Auditor should plan the audit in such a way it should complete in effective and efficient manner, right? Audit should be effective and efficient, for which the auditor should plan the audit so that he can complete in timely manner. Audit evidence. Next heading is audit evidence. Auditor should obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to support his conclusion. Auditor should obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to support his conclusion. That can be done through audit procedures. Like compliance procedure and substantive procedure. Next heading, knowledge on accounting system and internal control. See, if you don't have any knowledge on SAP, but you have some knowledge on Tally, if I put you in audit of SAP, how difficult it is, because you don't know how to extract even single ledger from that. Without understanding the T code, without understanding how it works, debit credit is not so easy to find in SAP. In Tally, if you enter each and every transaction, you can easily find debit credit, right? SAP, it's not like that. SAP is single entry converted to double entry. That means you just go to a tab or a module and write the details of, say, vendor. SAP itself will put you double entry. So even a marketing guy or a purchase guy can put entry in SAP because he is only filling some details. SAP itself will convert into a double entry. So it is not necessary for a person who is handling SAP to have the accounting knowledge. Can you able to understand? So you cannot see double entry prima facie, but double entry will be there. But unless otherwise you understand the SAP, how it operates, it's very difficult for you to do audit of SAP. So you should have the accounting knowledge, how the software works. Sir, the audit of banking software, can see double entry in that Finacle software? You cannot see double entry in Finacle software. It works in a totally different manner. But without double entry, no accounts is there. That's a different issue. Double entry is there, but you cannot see like how you are seeing in Tally. So you should have the accounting system and internal control understanding. Then only you can do audit. Okay. So knowledge of accounting system and internal control. Next. So right. The auditor should gain understanding. Sanjana, meditation. Auditor should gain understanding of accounting system and evaluate the internal control system. Auditor should gain understanding of accounting system and evaluate the internal control system. Then audit conclusion and reporting. Audit conclusion and reporting. auditor should form opinion based on his evidences okay. Next, there are, this is one set, basic principle set. Next we are going auditors assurance level, auditors assurance level. There are three types of assurance level. Absolute assurance, which is high level. Reasonable assurance, then moderate assurance. This is called assurance levels. Absolute assurance, reasonable assurance, moderate assurance. Absolute assurance means true and correct, higher level. Reasonable assurance means true and fair. Moderate assurance means negative opinion. See, absolute assurance you easily understood. Reasonable assurance also you have idea. Moderate assurance you don't have an idea. Moderate assurance you should have understood SRE 2410 or SRE 2400. Only then you can have an idea of moderate assurance, but it has been taken out of your syllabus. But we will understand moderate assurance as if it is there in your syllabus. Okay. In case if you are doing limited review, it is called limited review and unaudited financial statements. That means you are not doing audit but you are doing review. What it is, sir? I will use only few procedures of entire procedures. I will not use all the procedures. So you have like inquiry, inspection, analytical procedure, external confirmation, recalculation, there are so many procedures, no? Out of which I will apply one or two procedures only. Okay, and I will form a conclusion. And I will tell not about true and fairness. I will tell that nothing comes to my observation which causes us to believe that the financial statements does not show true and fair view. Nothing comes to our observation which causes us to believe that the financial statement does not show true and fairness. So, too negative. Can you able to understand? If doctor, so you are saying, sir, I am very tired, you are going to a doctor. Doctor is observing you and he says, I didn't find anything to tell. Can you able to understand? So this is negative opinion. They are not saying that you are perfect. They are telling that there is no problem. So if someone asks you, how are you? If you are saying fine, that means you are really good. If you are saying not bad, that is equivalent to good but not good. Correct? Not bad means okay, something is running, but I am not in that position. Can you able to understand? So there are differences. Can you able to understand? There are differences between these three. First category is what? True and correct category. So true and correct, where we will give, sir? We will never give true and correct. No, auditors always have the second stand. In 3CD, when you are disclosing the fact, you are giving true and correct. In this GSTR 9C, reconciliation statement you are putting no. There you are putting true and correct. Only in your opinion paragraph you are saying true and fairness. But whenever it is a fact disclosure, you are saying true and correct. 3CD is nothing but fact disclosure, right? Most of the point will be from the clients only. You are not giving any opinion on 3CD. You are giving 3CA only opinion. So opinion you will say true and fair, but fact disclosure you should say true and correct only. Can you able to understand? So, absolute assurance. In due diligence, you will give absolute assurance. Okay, true and correct solve due diligence. So, where generally we will say true and fair? Normal regular audit. When you are giving audit report under section 143 of the Companies Act, there you will say true and fair. Where you will say true and, or where you will give a negative opinion? Okay, when you are doing limited review, where you are saying what? Nothing comes to my observation which causes us to believe that the finance statement does not show true and fair. Nothing comes to our observation which causes us to believe that the finance statement does not show true and fair. So this is applicable only where? Limited review. Next heading, inherent limitations of audit. Inherent limitations of audit. See, auditor is expected to give only reasonable assurance, right? There is some inherent limitations of the auditor also. Auditor use judgments, correct? Okay, what judgments he will use? After doing sampling, he will say, based on the sample, he is coming to a judgment. After, say for example, someone is coming and asking some questions on my students, they are putting some questions. And if you are able to answer that questions, one or two questions, then what they will think? All my students are brilliant, correct? It's your judgment. Forming a judgment. See, when you are seeing one person with a Hawaii chapel, you will form a judgment, no, about him. So, like when there is a mistake in the audit, auditor immediately will form a judgment. So, audit is judgmental. If there is no mistake in the sample we have taken, auditor comes to a judgment that no mistake at all. Can you able to understand? So, material, they will not do any mistake. Auditor will fix the materiality. For example, 1 lakh rupees is the materiality, that's what you fixed. So, no client will do mistake above 1 lakh rupees. They will do mistake in 3,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees. So, fixation of materiality is also judgmental based on your previous experience, etc. Sample taking is also judgmental. How much sample you should take? So, auditor uses sample, auditor is judgmental. Evidences may be persuasive evidence and not a conclusive evidence. For example, when the debtor is giving you a confirmation statement, unless otherwise you receive the money from the debtor fully, it is not 100% perfect, correct? Because paper is always possible. Okay, some person can give you, okay, that I will give you on this date, I am having this much of dues to you. This is a paper. So many people will give you only the paper. Amount if you ask, they will say, wait. Unless and until I receive an amount, it is not sure that this debtor is a perfect debtor. Examples remember. How many of you know there are so much audit fees is pending for your auditors? Okay, so much. Lakhs kanakla it's pending. And how many auditors know out of that so many clients, few clients companies already been striked off? You know? Few of your clients companies name is already strike off from the ROC's register. Few of your clients companies already went to IBC, insolvency, bankruptcy. What will happen to all the debtors which is shown in your balance sheet as debtor? More than this, most companies, you know what? After raising the bill, you would have paid GST for it. After raising the bill, 18% for every 100 rupees, 18 rupees you paid GST for it. You have not collected only, but you already paid it. Because GST on accrual basis and point of taxation is there. Within 14 days of the service done, you should raise the bill. So that means all the companies where you are generating UDIN, parallelly there should be a bill. And once the bill is generated, whether the client is giving fees or not, you have to pay GST. Everything is now linked. Chain effect. If, for example, 1 lakh rupees you raise the bill, 18,000 rupees the auditor has to pay out of his pocket. Can you able to understand what I am trying to say? If clients are not paying the fees, where from you collected this 18,000 rupees money? இதோட எஃபெக்ட் எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, in the balance sheet you are showing now debtors, right? Whether they are real debtors. Auditors is asking so many questions to so many clients. No. When audit of the auditors comes, அப்போதான் காமெடியே நடக்கும். Because I have seen when auditors are getting audited, when there is a article assistants who raise questions to our auditors, our staffs, and our company staffs, they will be like, yo, okay, now you are understanding. See, because questioning is very easy, answering is very difficult. That is the reason you should have some empathy when you are auditing. When you are doing audit, no, you should have the empathy, because asking question is very easy. Put yourself in the other place, because after 3 years you will be in that place only. So you should show some empathy. When you are going to client office, since your office timing is 9:45, you will be reporting at 9:45, but their office timing is 10 o'clock. You will be welcoming the accountant. Yeah, come on sir, welcome sir, welcome. He will have that much irritation, because very morning if he see you, because you are not going to do any value addition, you are going to ask only question, that too only history. Sir, the June 2018 June 2018 now we are in October 2019 okay, like that. So people are asking question all which is history, and as if everything is remembered, you will be asking question. So immediately you will go back to the 2000 June. எப்படி possible? So just imagine. So this level of irritation you will be giving him. Now debtor, if they give one confirmation statement, it means they may give the back amount. What is the conclusive evidence? Only in the subsequently when you receive the money, that is called conclusive evidence. Even subsequently when you are not receiving the money, till you receive the money, it is only what evidence? Persuasive evidence. So one of the limitation in audit is evidences are persuasive, because 2-3 years debtor has given only the paper. Suddenly one day he becomes insolvent. Now those balance sheet are right or wrong? On that day it may look right, but subsequently it is not correct. But there is no violation of any provisions, but ultimately that debtor which is shown in that balance sheet, based on that investor invested the amount, correct? Now the loss has to be borne by the investors. Next.
Can't be able to get back the GST paid on the debtor?
No sir, you cannot even reverse it. You cannot even reverse it, I am telling you. Bad debts ku GST reverse பண்ண முடியாது. You cannot get back, that's totally different. You cannot get back. You cannot even reverse it, I am telling you. Sir, whatever we paid out of our pocket, can we take it as input? Chance illa. Debtor rate of you cannot reverse GST, because that shows your negligence of collecting it. So government has no botheration on it.
So the meaning of the words correct and fair, does it have any relationship with the test check?
No, I am telling you, correct means you are giving an authority level assurance. Perfect you are saying. Fair you are just saying there is no material misstatement. There is no misstatement. There is no material misstatement, there is a difference. Can you able to understand? There is no misstatement means even 1 rupee mistake is not there. There is no material mistake means there may be mistake of 1 rupee, 2 rupees and all, but it is not that level. Okay. So if there is no material misstatement, it's called true and fair. If there is no misstatement, that is true and correct. Next. See, we are now studying the inherent limitations of audit. I told you persuasive, conclusive, judgmental, then sample, then the financial statements may not disclose fully. It will disclose only those big items, right? Other things will be hidden inside. So when turnover 1% more, then only it will be disclosed as a line item. Not all items will be disclosed, right? In P&L, not all expenses are disclosed. It's clubbed. Miscellaneous expenses, general office expenses, you are clubbing it. So the nature of financial reporting itself is on the materiality side, right? The nature of financial reporting and audit procedures is focus on materiality. That itself is one of the inherent limitations. That itself is one of the inherent limitations. Next, there is a pressure to complete the audit in time, correct? So you have to complete the audit within some time. Because of the pressure itself, the quality may be deteriorated. Next heading, type of audit risk. So how many types of audit risk are there? 3 types of audit risk. Okay, right. Audit risk means the risk of giving a wrong opinion. Which is also called as deduction risk. That means some material misstatements are not identified. So since we have inherent limitations, that is also one of the main reason for audit risk. Inherent limitation also contributes for audit risk. But audit risk does not include general events like media comments on the quality of the product produced. Which affects the going concern. See, for example, this year we have given a clean opinion, but next year the company itself is getting closed. For example, this Vedanta Sterlite is there, no? Auditor would have given a clean opinion because financial statement wise there is no misstatement. So he would have given a clean opinion. But next year the company would have closed. Whether it is an audit risk, because auditor has given a clean opinion, no. Auditor should have qualified the opinion. He didn't qualify the opinion. Can you be able to imagine like this? So whether the auditor has given a wrong opinion last year? No. Because what happened to the company is nothing to do with the financial statements. It's something else. That is not audit risk. Can you be able to see what auditor is giving? Auditor is giving an assurance. Reasonably, the company will continue. So you are also assuring the going concern. But there may be some other reason because of which it is affected, which is nothing to do with the audit risk. That's what I am saying. Sometimes there is no material misstatement, but auditor is in his opinion given as if there is a material misstatement. Whether it is an audit risk. Can you understand what I am trying to say? Sometimes there is no material misstatement, but according to the auditor's judgment, there is a misstatement. There is a material misstatement. Whether it is an audit risk, it is not an audit risk. When there is a material misstatement, but auditor concludes there is no material misstatement, then it is audit risk. When there is no material misstatement, but auditor concludes there is a material misstatement, then it is not an audit risk. You know why? Sir, then auditor is giving a wrong opinion. No. According to the auditor, the materiality is different. For me, even 10,000 rupees I can fix materiality. So even a small amount of misstatement, I may think it is material. I am a very conservative auditor. Can you able to? So where there is no material misstatement, but according to the auditor there is material misstatement, when he is giving a opinion on it, then it may not be that much appropriate, but it does not cover under audit risk. So when there is a material misstatement, but the auditor concludes there is no material misstatement, then it is an audit risk. Can you able to understand these differences? Right. So what is covered in audit risk and what is not covered in audit risk? When there is no material misstatement, but according to the auditor there is a material misstatement, it is not audit risk. But when there is material misstatement, but according to the auditor there is no material misstatement, then it is audit risk. Okay, next, inherent risk, controlled risk, reduction risk. Okay, inherent risk means uncontrollable risk like due to technological developments, the product produced by the company become obsolete. Product produced by the company becomes obsolete. But in inventory, they have been stated at the cost price. Now, product obsolescence is giving a loss for the company. This is inherent risk. But you have to make sure this is reported correctly. It should come out of the inventory value. If you are not doing that, then the risk is controlled risk. If the management missed to do that, at least the auditor should intimate the management. If the auditor fails to do this, then it is called deduction risk. So here, in one example, I am giving you 3 risks. Product obsolescence, yes, it is possible because Nokia has lost its market in cell phone because of the product obsolescence. They are not going for the touch phones. They are only with the button phones. Because of that, they lost the market. In fact, Android first approached Nokia only. Okay, Google, they approached Nokia. But Nokia, I think something, Symbian, some software they had. They have their own in-house software. Because of that, they are not okay with it. So, product obsolescence, it is an inherent risk. But you should have rectified it, means you should have reduced the value of inventory. If you have not done, then it's called controlled risk. Then the auditor at least should have intimated this in his management letters, etc., communication to the management, and or otherwise he should have given opinion. He should have qualified the opinion that they have not complied with AS2. If the auditor is not doing that, then it's called deduction risk. The auditor unable to find misstatement, that's called deduction risk. Okay, so right. Product obsolescence, you cannot have any control over it. So that is called inherent risk. But at least in financial statement, the amount should be correctly stated. They should have reduced the value of inventory. Since in the financial statement it's not been correctly stated, then it is controlled risk. Then the auditor unable to find misstatement, it is called deduction risk. See, next is controlled risk. Controlled risk means what? Controlled risk means they could have controlled, but they have not controlled. If I put internal controls in place, this risk could have been eliminated. For example, Lalita Jewelry, okay, had they implemented burglar alarm, okay, once something opened without authority, it should have been immediately intimated the police, MD, etc., or it have given some emergency shouting, etc. Had the watchman kept rounds very frequently, maybe half an hour once they went for a rounds. In flat itself, watchmen are doing rounds. No, they will keep on whistle and stick all tuck tuck. They will. So controls are there. It is not effective or efficient in that level. That it is called controlled risk. Right? Controlled risk. Controlled risk means controls are there. Controls are implemented, but it is not effective and efficient. To address the risks, But no matter how much control you have, the risk can only be reduced but cannot be eliminated, because there is always a inherent risk. No matter how internal controls are, it can only reduce the risk, it cannot eliminate the risk. Understood? Next. Deduction risk. Point number 1. Due to inappropriate audit procedures, or misinterpret audit findings, the auditors may give a wrong opinion. Time is also a reason, because you are pressurized to complete in little time. So because of that, you may not go in deep. Time is also a reason. So you should have done an adequate planning. How to eliminate the deduction risk? Right. How to eliminate the deduction risk? The auditor should have done adequate planning, and the work should be allotted to a qualified assistants. Correct? See, when you join your first year, when you are given ledger scrutiny, what you will do? You don't know nothing. Everything is perfect. Super sir. Correct? Okay. So proper training program has not been given to you. See, some people will be working in GST for last 1 year. Suddenly, if they are put in bank audit, what they will do? And you are called team lead. 1 year experience, team lead. Huh? Sir, I don't know anything. So it should be given to a proper qualified assistant. Some people will give the audit. For example, I am the auditor, I am giving audit to one person, and after that I will never call that person. Okay, and that audit they are giving 150 rupees conveyance per day, and good food also they are providing. He will be settled there. So supervision should be there, monitoring and supervision should be there. Deduction risk, to eliminate the deduction risk, you should monitor and supervise. Every week you should call that person. Every article assistant should be reviewed, either by audit manager or the direct partner. This is how you can eliminate the deduction risk. If inherent risk and control risk are little higher, it is the duty of the auditor to make sure the deduction risk is lower. Because most of the small companies or private companies, obviously their control risk will be little high. So we cannot take a chance. So our deduction risk should be kept as minimal as possible. Okay, right. The auditor should make sure the deduction risk should be very minimal. When the inherent risk and control risk are little higher. Risk and materiality are inversely proportional. Risk and materiality are inversely proportional. Means once the auditor audited all material items, the risk of material misstatements is less. Correct? If I did all material items audit, the risk of material misstatement is less. That means even though I missed out, it may not be material. It may be only small item. It may not be material. Okay. Time in 8:55. Okay. Now today we will conclude here. I just gave some introduction and we have completed one standard. So today what you should do, go home, open your question bank, have a look at essay 200, and if you have time, start reading essay 210, 220 in the concept book and question bank. Tomorrow we will be doing all those things. Okay, so you should go ahead of the class. Can you able to understand? In small age you will do that, no? You will generally go ahead of the class. Tomorrow Max ma'am will do some sums. Yesterday itself you would have done. But somewhere you are struck. That you will get clarified. Okay, like that you should go ahead of the class, because all is for IPC you already have this. Start doing that. It's not necessary, but start doing it if you have time. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.